Abba Kyari, activist Deji Adeyanje commends President Buhari over the CP Kyari'S arrest by the NDLEA. Welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. The former celebrated cop DCP Abba Kyari has dominated the news headline for all the wrong reasons. Mr. Kyari, who is still fighting extradition to the United States of America on fraud-related charges, has been charged with another drug-related offense. Yes, it is quite very unfortunate. Before I speak tomorrow tense on top Abba Kyari's issue, it is unfortunate that Abba Kyari has been in the news. One who was in the news for, praises, singing praises to him and then commending him for his work, now turns around. That means we have been seeing another version. He has showed us another version of himself recently. The news in detail. Let's see what Deji has to say. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, known as NDLEA, released a video clip implicating DCP Abba Kyari. In the video, he was negotiating for the release of 25 kilograms of cocaine that had been confiscated by the Anti-Narcotics Agency in Abuja, Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Moments after the head of Intelligence Response Team, DCP Abba Kyari, was declared wanted by the NDLEA. The Nigerian Police Force (NPF) announced his arrest and subsequently handed him over to the Anti-Narcotics Agency. Activist Deji Adeyanje's comment over the arrest. Political activist Deji Adeyanje, who was known to be a staunch critic of President Buhari's administration, lauded the arrest of Kyari. He said, "Not every time we criticize the president, when they do anything right, we should say it. We are not members of the opposition." Activist Adeyanje wrote on his official Facebook page concerning the arrest of Abba Kyari. He made a Facebook post in sequence to the tweet he made earlier on his Twitter account. "I commend President Buhari and his government for not interfering with his Abba Kyari's cocaine trafficking issue." Meanwhile, the NDLEA promised to continue its investigation into Kyari'S case. According to an anonymous source, the agency is in possession of both audio and visual evidence against the embattled head of the IRT squad. Oh, they're just coming out to say people should... come out. He's saying you people should come out to tell the president thank you. We're not going to tell him thank you. You cannot come to say you're looking for a job, and when that job is given to you, you expect a pat on your shoulder. No. Yeah, there are things when he does, we are going to... But this one, we are even disappointed that he is even there. We are disappointed that somebody like Abba Kyari, whom the House of Assembly gave a standing ovation before, whom was recommended and commended, who we thought he was doing good to the country, we don't know he is the real wolf. As in, he is neck deep in the crime he's fighting, which means he is what they call the Baba of the Baba in the crime. Yes. And now, those people are coming out to say this is looking like a movie, it's looking staged, that this might be a plot to buy more time for Abba Kyari, or to make sure that the extradition process for Abba Kyari to face his case with fraud case with what's it called, with the whites now. So I'm saying they're using this to, buy him time or to make sure it does not happen. And I'm saying if this is true, then there is a problem. Nigeria is heading to her doom. The only thing we can do as a country is to make sure this man goes to eat the beans he cooked. If you cook food, you are going to eat it now, right? Especially when you are the only one. You know that you are the only one in the house and you're cooking food. You're a bachelor and you're Spencer, you're cooking food. Who do you expect to eat it? When the food done, you eat it. That is just it. When he was cooking these beans, I'm sure he was enjoying the aroma coming from the beans. He was adding all kind of fish, seasoning, what's it called? Beef, anything he has added it. Now, the beans is now done. He has to eat it and eat it to the last seed. No one must be wasted. So yes, we'll thank Don't mind me. We thank the president. We thank the president for not interfering on this issue. And I want him, why I'm saying we thank him is please let him not interfere. We don't want to hear tomorrow that something happened and, before you know it, we start hearing super story. Please let it not be staged. This one, let them allow it happen freely. The way they have allowed some cases to be happening freely in this country, whenever it doesn't concern them, they should also look away and make sure at the end of the day, this particular issue is treated with the way it is supposed to be treated. Anybody that commits an offense anybody that commits an offense should face it. If you commit a crime, you face it. If you play music, you should dance to it. If you cook beans, you should eat it. If you go shit for church, now you go pack them. So this time around, it is not going to be, it is no longer going to be, he's a this, he's a that, because so many people, even now, it is very, very annoying that so many people, even now, when, the case is now against him, are now two, one being the fraud case and this one being the drug case. Some people are still chanting support for him, saying this might be a plot. And I'm saying, Ha! You can vouch for people, oh. You don't vouch for anybody. This is a plot. Or you believe they are plotting against him, right? No problem. If it's a plot, we will find out. If it is the truth, we'll find out. But at the end of the day, justice should prevail. That is our own. Justice should be served. Nigerians have attracted international eyes to it. They're not looking at us for good, though. They are watching to find out what exactly is going to be happening. What exactly? Because tomorrow now, they'll come out and start saying, oh, the Americans or the whites, they don't invest, they don't do this. This is one of the reasons. How are you sure? How are you sure? How are you sure? Okay. So they should ensure that this whole incident, he faces his crime. Whatever they are assuming, they should find out. They should not assume at all. They should not assume. If he's innocent, they should not assume he's innocent and release him. He should face the crime. Why I'm saying this is because many, many Nigerians, do you know how many people have actually been in that man's, have faced that man? Let me even say this, Evans. Let's not forget that Evans said something about him, Abba Kyari'S forcing him to make a statement, and how the statement, the statement is not what he actually happened, that he was forced and he was threatened that he was going to be killed. They killed some people in front of him and told him, if you don't write the statement, you yourself will be wasted. At the end of the day, time will tell. On this note, we've come to the end of the news. So thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of it.